Hello and welcome to Midnight Musings with Bren and Jay. I'm Bren.
I'm Jay.
And what are we talking about today, Jay?
Well, we're going to be talking about the new Xbox.
Of course we are. I mean, that got announced, didn't it?
Yeah, so it's a bit late overdue, and you probably do want to hear our thoughts on it. Well, more to the point, Bren's thoughts on it.
Just to clarify, I know nothing about it other than seeing the release trailer. I've purposely stayed away from every detail so Jay can reveal it to me today.
Yes. So we'll start with the obvious.
Okay.
So it's called the Xbox Series X.
Yes, although I did read a tidbit earlier that Phil Spencer apparently says no, they're just going to call it the Xbox.
Yes. So the
just
console,
to confuse things more.
So the console is called the Xbox.
And it's part of
a series. So the Series X is just the one they've shown off so far. So I reckon that's going to be likened to the Xbox One X. This is where it starts getting confusing people.
Okay. Go on.
So I'm envisioning there's going to be a slightly cheaper version, the Xbox Series S.
One without a disc drive,
There's going to probably be one without a disc drive because they are moving into the all-digital era with their xCloud and that sort of stuff, and mobile and PC crossover and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But the one they unveiled at the moment is the Xbox Series X.
Okay.
It's launching holiday 2020, so November, December next year.
Yep.
We knew that was going to happen anyway. They haven't announced a price yet.
What do you think? What is your best estimate?
It's going to be, I reckon, £550.
Judging from previous console releases, they're probably not going to go much higher than their, $449, $499 range.
It'll be like, I think, was it the original Xbox? Didn't that release at $549? Was it like
Did it really?
$549 in euros?
Oh gosh.
Or something like that. Or $599 in euros and £549. When the Xbox One X released, that was $480, I think, or $490. So, I mean, now you can get them for £280 now.
Yeah.
They've come right down.
So a 200 plus price point seems about right for this new one.
I think about £500.
Okay, so save your pennies for that.
Yeah, so £500. I got the specs here, and I will have to read them because there's lots of words.
Go on then. Tell us the core specs.
So basically, it's going to be twice the power of the Xbox One X. So what that means is the CPU is an 8-core, 3.6 GHz custom AMD Zen 2 chip.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah,
sounds very tasty. I like chips.
Yeah, what that's going to basically do is virtually eliminate all loading times.
Wow, that's
what they're going for with this.
I mean, all loading times from current games.
Well, they said that loading screens and loading times are going to be a thing of the past. That's what they're saying.
See, to me, that's quite subjective because games like Uncharted 4 didn't have a loading screen.
No.
At all. And GTA 5 does, but it's right.
It has an initial load.
It's
very similar to like Death Stranding, for instance.
Yes.
That had that's a PlayStation game, but that had like an initial load. But then when you were in game, there was no visible loading, so it might have loaded things behind the scenes and whatever.
Yeah.
But with its new GDDR6 memory and next generation SSDs.
Ooh.
So
next generation SSDs.
Yeah. So
sounds like something you could receive sexually. It sounds good on paper. It sounds very good. But my main thing, carry on with the list. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead here.
Yeah, I'll just carry on with the rest of the specs. So, apparently there's lots of cooling in it, as we would imagine, so it doesn't melt into a blob underneath your TV.
Is it going to be loud?
This is the other thing as well. They said it's going to be the same loudness as the Xbox One X.
Oh, that's pretty quiet. Though.
Yeah, so it's going to be whisper quiet. Maybe you might hear a little bit of fan noise or disc spin in loading, if that's still going to be a thing. And it will support 8K gaming with up to 120 frames per second.
Apparently.
But 8K is still in the future. There aren't many 8K TVs still.
No.
They're out there and they're expensive.
I've only just got a 4K TV.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It will support 4K at 60 frames per second.
So it's kind of future-proofing as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
So it's also going to be backwards compatible.
How backwards?
This is the thing they said. So all your current Xbox One games, Xbox 360, and original Xbox games, which are on the store at the moment. So it's still not the simple case of putting in your disc and it will just automatically work.
So the Xbox originals, it's still going to be just those 32 that they
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a bit sad. I thought that might. It
would be nice just to be able to put your disc in, have anything, but it is. We were talking about the other day. It's licensing. They need to get the licenses from these old companies,
especially if they're going to sell the software again.
Yeah.
To me, I'm no console builder and I don't really know much about it, but would it really be that difficult to put you know, the operating system in for the original Xbox and just have it read on, you know, kind of like the Wii U does. You know, when you put a disc in and you can just boot up the Wii and it loads up the old OS and all the chipsets are in there, you know?
I mean, this thing is essentially...
it looks big enough to hold it.
It's a PC, so there's no reason why it couldn't have like that emulation in there and you put in a disc and
it just goes, oh, you own this game, let's play this game.
Yeah.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I suppose there'll be modders out there that will probably do that at some point.
Yeah. Or you could just buy a PC and do it anyway.
Well, there is that.
Great, so the only problem for me is all these specs sound fantastic.
Yes.
It's twice the power of the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
But they've done the same thing as they did with previous showcases, that they're not really showing any games running and using all this power. It's like, okay, it's got super power, but if what you're telling me is this console's just guaranteed to run your games perfectly and it's going to let me play anything that I've already got on my Xbox One S, for example, why bother upgrading?
Because, well, yeah, I mean, there are going to be new games. So there will be...
What I'm asking, Jay, is are there going to be new games that can't run on the existing Xbox?
I would hope so.
That's what I would hope
I would very much hope so.
Because what's the point? I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with the image quality of the Xbox One S or Xbox One X for that matter.
No, they're very nice looking consoles, but I mean, so this being a brand new console generation, I reckon we are going to see upgraded graphics, upgraded visuals. I mean, this console as well has support for ray tracing and variable refresh rates, so it is going to look very, very nice.
Okay.
So I mean,
it might be worth buying just to have all the glitz and glam of the modern tech.
Yeah, the promise is there, and at the moment, the only games they've announced for it is the new Hellblade.
Okay, yeah, I saw the trailer for that.
Senua's Saga or Senua Saga.
Yeah, the trailer looks really weird.
It was very bizarre.
It's like an odd music video.
Yeah.
Like that you'd see in a heavy metal kind of thing or something.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't know if that is gameplay or just pre-rendered
live action stuff.
Yeah. And the other game, which would definitely coming out, is Halo Infinite.
Oh, right, okay.
That will be a launch title with it.
They've pushed that to be a launch title,
yeah.
Right? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I hope that's going to look really good.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I just hope they just fix Halo.
Okay, then let's dive into some of the rest of the features that have been announced for this then.
Yeah, so it has a slightly new design controller.
Yeah, I looked at it and I thought it looked actually quite similar to the 360 controller with its more rounded handles.
Yeah, so it's got a slightly smaller form factor, and it's got a more tactile D-pad now.
A more tactile D-pad?
Yeah,
it clicks, does it?
Yeah, whatever that means. But it's modelled on the D-pad that you get with the Xbox One Elite controllers.
Right, okay.
So it works much like that. However, what they have said as well, all of your current Xbox One controllers will just work with it, as well as all the headsets.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, all your headsets.
They're not gonna stiff you with a new adapter. It's like, oh, you can't use your expensive headset on this one.
No. All controllers and headsets will work with the new console, as well as all of the new controllers for the new console will work backwards on your Xbox One S, X, and SAD.
Look, it's sad. Yeah. So you're telling me that these have 3.5mm jacks on them?
Yeah,
brilliant.
It'd be like the new Xbox One controllers that do.
Excellent.
So that'd be quite nice.
Nice.
And the two other changes with the controllers is improved latency, and
is that improved latency when not wired in?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was just the spec, and a dedicated share button. So very much like the PlayStation 4 controller. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can just hit it, and it's a quicker way to share videos and pictures.
Okay, so you can maybe you hit the share button and it can boot up your what's the Microsoft streaming platform? Mixer. So maybe it boots up your Mixer and you can just instantly go live or something like that.
Yeah. So it's a quick way of doing it. Because at the moment on the Xbox, it is a bit of a faff. You got to press the Xbox button and then choose what you want to do.
Broadcast and then set. Yeah.
So have a dedicated button. That's great.
Yeah, it's a really unique and original idea.
Yeah. And I think that's about it. That's about all we know on it so far.
Okay, well that's quite a lot of information there.
Yeah.
So a lot to digest. What are your thoughts about it? I mean, the design itself, I don't really care about it. I mean, I think they've gone with that simple rectangular shape just because it's kind of just appealing to everyone.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing about that is, well, it will sit vertically or horizontally.
Yeah,
so you have the option.
I was just coming to that. I was saying some people I've seen have had concerns like, well, am I going to be able to lie this down, or because how's it going to fit in my TV? I mean, to be fair, looking at my TV unit, it ain't got a chance in hell of fitting the Xbox in there. So it's probably going to have to stand vertically on the side, next to the TV, which may be the case with a lot of people's setups. It's quite, even when it's lying down, it's still going
to be quite tall.
It
does look like it's the width of a controller.
Yeah.
Judging by if the controller is to scale on the console on the renders that we've seen, it looks like it's the width of a controller.
Yeah, and that's gonna mess a lot of people up. But the light on the top looks cool though.
It does. Yeah.
The little fan light and the nice shape.
Little green bit. Yeah.
So overall, I'm kind of hyped about it.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm still interested to see, or waiting to see what PlayStation are going to release as announced for the PS5 as well.
Well, just briefly touching on that, because this is about Xbox, obviously, but I have seen PlayStation 5 games being shown.
Yeah.
And they look pretty good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I always think Sony do it the right way. They're showing what you can expect to play on the new hardware rather than just saying, here's a box.
Rather than focusing on the hardware, which Xbox have done a lot with this time. But I'm hopeful because Xbox this generation, I think they acknowledge their failures with actually we've got all this great hardware, but we didn't think about games.
Yeah.
So over the past couple of years, they've bought a lot of first-party studios, so then they're going to be working on games for the console now.
Yeah.
So I'm quite hyped to see what they do. I think they're going to come back with a vengeance. I think Xbox might have this generation.
I think you're right.
This upcoming generation.
I think you're right. It's kind of been flip-flopping between the two giants over the last couple of generations, with the PlayStation 3 kind of not really matching the Xbox 360, and then the PlayStation 4 exceeding expectations and kind of a bad launch for Xbox One. It kind of, with all the DRM stuff and all the customers are just going like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I think, this time with Phil Spencer at the helm, I think they've brought it back on track. Xbox is doing great now, and I think with this new console, it's just gonna smash it.
Yeah, it is. But the one thing that does worry me is how quickly they are churning out this different hardware. So we've had.
I was going to say the Xbox Series X name kind of worried me a bit. I was thinking, are they going to start pumping these things out as often as iPhones?
Yeah, is it going to be like? And with this whole new Xbox All Access, I mean, it's a great way of getting a new console. You pay £20 a month.
Yeah, and you get the console
for 2
and
years.
Xbox Gold.
And Game Pass and everything, which is great. But is this how consoles are going to go now? Is there going to be a 2-year subscription with the console, and at the end of the 2 years, you get the next one because it's out already? And are we going to iterate as much as phones? Essentially, I think that's what Microsoft would like. They would like you to get new hardware as often as you'd get a new phone. Your contract's up in 2 years. Well, here's a new model phone. Yeah. It's a sleeker, sexier phone with a bit more power in it, and you can play Candy Crush again. Yeah, so next year's a Series X. 2022 will be the Xbox Series XS 11 Pro. Max. Well, only time will tell, but hopefully that gives you a bit of a brief summary of all the things we know about the Xbox Series X. And hopefully we'll bring you some more as we go forward. But as for our first Midnight Musings episode with Bryn and Jay, I think that's all the time we've got for. I think it is, yeah. All the time we've got for. Yeah, all the time we've got for. I say that a lot, don't I? Yeah, you do. I do. We just let you get on with it. It's fine. We know. That's all the time we've got for. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye.